of futures trading and uncover opportunities no matter the market conditions, because volatility is simply an opportunity to find profitable trades. So don't sit back and relax, but sit up and engage as Futures Fever, powered by Apex Trader Funding, starts right now.
Boom, guys, welcome back to another episode of Futures Fever. I'm your host, Kevin Dubriske, and I've got a super special guest today, the one and only Socrates the Trader. But before that, I'm going to tell you guys the benefits of trading with Apex Trader Funding, the top prop firm, in my opinion, in the whole industry. So let's break it down. I've got some slides for you, and we also have some winners, and we're going to be giving away a free Apex Trader evaluation account. So fill that form out in the comments, drop that like button. I hope you guys are ready for a great show. So guys, on today's agenda, we're going to be bringing on Socrates the Trader. Now, he is a futures trader for about 8 years now, and he's going to be giving us some insight into his approach on the market and a little bit of his story, because guys, not everybody needs a financial background. Anybody could become a successful trader. You just need the right tools and the right guidance. We're going to go over how Apex Trader Funding works as well. And like I said, we will be doing that giveaway. So make sure you smash that like button and fill out that form in the comments. So why trade with Apex Trader Funding? Apex Trader Funding gives traders access to funded accounts, and it completely removes any type of risk to risk your own personal capital. So a few years ago, you would need $2,000, $3,000, maybe $5,000 in a broker account just to trade futures. Now, you don't even need that. If you buy an eval account with Apex, right now it's on sale 80% off. It's about $36 for a 50K. Plus, it's about $140, $160 for your funded fee. That's less than $200 of your own personal capital at risk, with the opportunity to take upwards of thousands of dollars of payouts. So access to firm capital to trade futures markets. We're not trading options. We're not trading stocks. This is just futures. The ES, the NQ, crude oil, gold. These are great commodities and indexes to trade futures on. You earn up to 90% of profits to keep 100% of the first 25K you make, which again surpasses all of the competition. And there's zero personal liability. Trade stress-free. There is no rule to say you have to trade every day. Trade at your leisure, trade at your own time, trade at your own pace. It's a 3-step process. You pass the evaluation account, you get funded, and once you hit a certain threshold, you're able to take payouts. Guys, don't forget, we've got an awesome guest coming on today, Mr. Socrates the Trader. But first, we're going to cover the Apex sale, and we're going to be doing that giveaway. So make sure you fill out that form below. 80% off, guys. Use discount code FFEVER for Futures Fever. This ends September 23rd. $50 resets across the board. The one-time PA fees are on sale too. And Apex has paid out over $500 million since 2022. That is record pace, guys. That's almost 15 to 20 million a month in payouts, and they're doing just fine, right? There's never a worry, oh, what's going on with Apex? Are they going anywhere? Guess what? The stock market's not going anywhere. Futures aren't going anywhere, and Apex isn't going anywhere. So take the initiative. If you want to be a trader, find somebody to help give you some guidance, take some Apex challenges, and take your time with it. Sometimes paper trading, the issue with just paper trading is you're not really getting the proper feedback, right? We're not attached to it. If we're trading an eval account the same way we're trading a funded, then that gives us the opportunity to say, okay, I'm trading this for real. I'm creating a strategy. I'm creating a system. I'm going to stick to it. Fill out the form in the comments to win. Last week was Ankit Harsh. Congratulations, Ankit Harsh. Now, when you win, guys, you can pick any account size you choose, from a 25K all the way up to a 300K account. Very awesome, guys. Join us live here for Futures Fever every Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. And now here comes our awesome guest, Mr. Socrates. Man, hello and welcome, dude. Welcome to the show. Let's get you up there.
Thank you for having me, guys. My name is Socrates. I'm glad to be a part of your show and give you a little bit of the Socratic wisdom, as I like to say, right? Before I get down to the charts, my whole system was built on thinking less. We as people, we have emotions, we have thoughts, and when we come to trading, especially as a beginner, I used to think it was rocket science. I need to be a mathematician. I need to be the smartest person in the room. It's not true. I was digging graves for $16 an hour before I even attempted to get into trading. My journey is a little bit different. As I said, I don't come from an educated background at all. I needed to find something that made sense to me, right? I've used every indicator there is. I've even used buy and sell indicators. You can laugh at me all you want. I've used moving averages, EMAs, SMCs, ICTs, FEGs. It all sounds the same, right? Because we as humans create ideas and thinking. When we're trading, does that thinking help us? Probably not, right? We have fear, we have anxiety, we anticipate. So if we're going to bring our eyes over to my screen and to my charts, I like to trade NASDAQ and gold. I found, my sweet spot specifically with NASDAQ and gold with whatever it is that I do in my daily endeavors, right? I come to the day because I want to make money, right? I'm a day trader. I need to have a plan. And within this simple acts that I will do, what we're about to do right now, hopefully it'll give you guys some insights onto what I see, what I look for, how I trade, why I trade. Well, let's get down, right? If you want to follow along with what I'm doing right now, which I do this live all the time too, so no pressure, right? 4-hour chart, and let's just squeeze it a little bit. Once you have your 4-hour chart, let's give it a little bit of a squeeze. You don't got to get so excessive. If you think you're being excessive, it's okay. The whole point of this is because I want to be able to see where price has been majority of the time. And the only way I can do that is looking at a bigger time frame and looking left. You don't got to sit there and look left. We can have jokes. But the next thing I'm going to do is open up my line tool because I specifically want to tag areas that price has been more than once. Now, again, I'm not going to sit here and mark every high and every low. I was just speaking with Kevin before about my system, and they all agree it's pretty simple, right? So again, at a first glance, I'm always starting left where pivots would be. I'm not going to add in wicks where I could. I'm going to try and get the happy medium between both areas where price has touched majority of the time. So here's our high, right? You can even come here and click high if you need to. And let's continue on. I always start with looking left to see where price has been. And I see a pivot right here. I trade pivotal areas, supply and demand, support and resistance. It's all the same thing. And you only realize this after a couple of years in the market, right? So I see right here. I see an area right here. All of this, all of right here, and right here. Now, again, you don't have to be perfect. I know a lot of people are like, well, I like to add here and here and here. Again, when you're doing this, try to think of the happy medium between all levels. So I'll mark it right here. And let's continue with going down. Again, we'll go more in depth as to why I'm doing this. I'll tell you right now, the reason why I have these areas, it's my guide as to when price comes to these areas, I'm going to start looking for a trade, right? Because this is where price has changed and shifted its whole momentum on a grander scheme, right? So again, I see areas right here, looking to the right now. I see right here, looking to the right. I see all of this, all of this, all of this. Again, the happy middle between all areas where price has touched. And I'm going to continue looking left. I see an area right here. This is a chop zone, right? You can also add this up, have that on your charts per se, and just come here. Major chop. Now, the reason being I'm seeing this is because we broke through our previous red line. We have a gap included. I would just have it marked out just so you know. And let's continue, right? Now, you don't have to come all the way low. You can just do the first two, the first three, and as price comes to those levels, you can add more lines. But again, within my system, this should be your easiest part of whatever it is that we're looking for. So I see right here, breakthroughs right here, all of this, breakthroughs. Again, you know how I said I don't really like to add those wicks? It's pretty cool that we have some body point switches right here. Now that I have my, people might call it supply and demand, support and resistance. For me, these are my magnet zones, my pivotal zones. These are areas where price keeps coming back to because price creates higher highs and lower lows. But within this, price will always come back to an area it's been before making any sort of decision, right? After I've done this, I'm going to get down to a 1-hour time frame. And now I have my ranges. I have my potential areas where I can enter and exit trades, thinking less. Now let's just talk simplicity for a quick second. My method to my madness goes on. I like to think that a broken clock will tick right 2 times a day, right? So not thinking much. Imagine if you had the patience to wait for price to come back to a magnetic zone and take an entry. How do you think your win rate would start looking after this? If you can control, I mean, my system is based on me being in control and aware of the decisions that I decide to make, because we can come in here and take 1 million trades a day. A man with a plan understands, right? I have my guide. I have my areas where price has been before. People will call it, again, supply and demand, support and resistance, areas of liquidity. I don't want to think much, because the more I think, the more I fear. The more I think, the more I anticipate. The more I think, the more I miss trades and miss the idea, right? We're retail traders. And if you didn't know this, we don't even make up for 5% of the daily moves. Who are we really trading against, right? You need to be okay with being wrong within the system too, because a broken clock will tick right 2 times a day. We're going to have some losing trades. But as long as you control what you plan to give the market, let's just say if I take 4 trades a day, right? And I'm trading key level pivots, following my bias, which we'll go over my bias in a little bit. But let's just say I'm entering at these zones specifically. Even within my losing trades, if I can keep that loss at a specified number that I can manage emotionally, how could I ever lose, right? Because we're not supposed to judge ourselves on one trade. We're supposed to judge our system and ourselves on the next 30 trades, right? Because your strategy isn't just one trade. And I think it would be pretty dull to judge yourself on a losing trade you just had right now, because it's a series, right?
Socrates.
Now, price comes back down to one of our red lines. What am I going to be thinking about, right? Well, we see these lines. Am I just entering when price comes to one of these red lines? Let's give a little play case scenario, right? I'm not saying this is what the market's going to do. This is just an example. If I'm going to look for a short position here off of our break above our red line, the first thing I would look at is the VIX. That's the first thing I would look for. Is the VIX going to be doing the opposite? So if I'm looking for a short play here based on it being near an area where price has been more than once, and if we look left, right, let's look left. This is why we have our red lines there. So I don't have to have my screen so bunched up to see where price action has been. If we reject this area to push higher, all I would need is the VIX being near looking left, where price has been before. I need buying. If I start seeing buying at the same time that the NASDAQ is at an area of supply or demand or an area price has been before, I'm going to start thinking it's time to enter. My second piece of confirmation would be, as long as I see I have buying on my VIX, the NASDAQ is at a pivotal range, and I want to take a short, the Mag 7 needs to be selling. Mainly would be Apple, would be Nvidia, would be Microsoft, basically your big tech, right? Because the NASDAQ is what? What is the NASDAQ 100? It's the top 100 companies. We have people watching patterns, FEGs. I'm going to watch fundamentals and what's actually making the market move, right? So this is a little quick scenario of how I like to look at the market. Now, again, none of my system works if my mindset and me being aware of what I decide to do is not in control. I don't like to sit in the market because I know I'm trading in uncertain grounds, right? I have no control over what price is going to do. I'm a little fish in the sea. I know people see my videos on the days where I'm making 10,000, 20,000 plus. Those are still little numbers to the bankers and institutions who are going in with 500 plus contracts or lots. So I need to control the one thing that I can. And that's what I decide to give the market on the days that I'm wrong, right? That's the one thing I have that I know for certain. That's the one certainty I have control over. The next certainty, again, would be where I decide to place my entry, my entry, or where I look to exit my trade. I'm someone who learned in my system that there is no right or wrong, right? There's did I make money or not? And did I handle myself emotionally throughout that process? Most people, as a beginner, I really believe that we don't get the trade wrong. We just get stopped out because we're not in control of our emotions, right? Who here gets in a trade and as soon as they see red, they either hold and hope, but as soon as you take a win, you sell it instantly? It's not a matter of technicals. It's a matter of you being in control of your emotions. If you have a plan and you're someone who can follow what you set out to say, you shouldn't have any problems. It's just most people come to trading with the desperation. But it's funny because that desperation is the same reason what keeps you in the game. Again, you know how we try to find that happy, manageable medium between my levels within life and what we choose to do. You got to find that happy, manageable medium, right? Because without emotional neutrality, I don't think you can get far within trading. When the number one issue why traders fail is because they can't control themselves. It's not a game of technicals. So
No, sir. Emotions play such a huge role, crucial role, man. They say 80% of trading isn't strategy, it's psychology.
Yeah.
You could have a 90% win rate strategy, but if you're the type of, mindset where, you let your winner, you hold your loser, but you cut your winner short, it doesn't matter. You're not able to successfully maintain that.
Of course, man. Of course. It's again back to what I said is we have ideas. We act off of emotion. This is, sometimes prop firms won't allow you to trade news because people come from an emotional background and they think trading is more of a technical system. If you want to sit there and follow nothing but technicals, someone might say it's wrong. Someone might say it's right. This is why trading is so beautiful, right? There's hundreds of strategies. There's hundreds of indicators. We all perceive information in a different way, but then it all comes back to the grand scheme of just price going up or down.
Yep.
And coming back to areas it's been before. And this is why I needed to focus me on simple systems. Because again, as I said in the beginning, I've used moving averages. I used your EMAs. I used to use Bollinger Bands or parabolic SAR. I've tried it all. And I've been doing this for almost a decade now. And I've realized it's all the same stuff, just reworded. The biggest issue was me doing the things I know that I shouldn't do, but I continued to do them out of hope.
Right.
And when I got rid of the need for that, some funny things started to happen. I started to become a little bit more profitable, especially now when what you were saying about the apex. I mean, there's prop firms right now, especially with the prices. It's easy to get in. If you don't have the leverage, you can get your hands on some leverage and learn while you earn. I mean, we're in such cool times to get into trading.
Yeah, no joke.
Prop firms are. You need to follow up with what a lot of people are doing on a daily basis. And this is a big issue too that everyone comes with. And they message me on Instagram and Facebook. Oh, I don't have much capital. I've been paper trading for 2 months. I think I understand what I'm doing, but I still have fear with my own money. It's a touchy subject, right? Because we want to make money, right? Nobody wants to sit there and watch other people win. Like, we want to make money. But what are you willing to get to that level? I mean, emotionally, what are you willing to do? Prop firms can definitely help you get to another level in your game if you understand how to leverage the prop firm correctly. Right?
All the pieces come together, man. If you can't trade your own capital, don't think you could go trade a prop firm, no problem.
That's what I say all the time, right? A lot of people come to me, I got $200, $500. How can I turn that into 10,000? That's my face. If you can't
out of the money puts.
If you cannot manage $500 of your own money, what makes you think you can manage more of someone else's money? What's the difference of buying a scratch off? What's the difference of you flipping a coin?
Yep. Guys, make sure you hit that like button for Socrates, man. Dropping some gems today and absolutely loving it, man. One of my favorite futures traders as well. I've been following you for quite some time, man. Awesome seeing your come up, dude, on Instagram. What a story of itself. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, as I said in the stream, I used to dig graves, right? This is what got me into trading. You all can laugh. It's funny. I come from a labor background. Everyone in my family doesn't come from money. We're all hardworking people. I was digging graves, right? And there was somebody who would come to the graveyard and his family only wanted him to work because he was having health issues. He was overweight, but they're super rich, super rich. And this guy would look at me and the other workers. Why are you working? What do you mean? Why am I? I wanted to punch him. What do you mean? Why am I working? And then he would bring up his phone and show me all of his trading accounts with hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I'm sitting there, hands bleeding from digging a grave. Like, this grave's for you, buddy.
Like, why are you working?
and he was like, what do you mean, dude? I'll teach you. This stuff's easy. I was like, whatever, bro. I'm not going to do that. Long story short, I did it. He started getting me into trading stocks. And I'm not going to go crazy into details, but long story short, I got lucky, right? I was buying Imperial Petrum. This was years ago. It was the only reason I did this because I'm Greek. I didn't know if you knew by the name, but I'm 100% Greek. And it was a company that was based in Greece that messed with oil. Again, this is me with no experience. So in the back of my head, I was like, oh, oil sounds like a good investment. And then Greek. Yeah, I'm Greek. I'm giving them all my money. But it was a penny stock at the time. So every time I would put in like $50, $100, I was able to get a couple shares. after 2 years of me doing that, I had a pretty good deposit there sitting. It goes up to $8. I make like 20, 30,000 overnight. I cried. That's when I got addicted to the process of I want this. I want to be and this was about 9 years ago. And everyone's that. If you started from stocks, you go to stocks to options to futures. That's what I did. I mean, I used to trade options, but then the Greeks, right? And it's funny because I'm Greek, and every time I ever say this to anybody, but you're Greek. You can't hate the Greeks. That decay of time, that theta, that delta, it's just more thinking. When I found futures, at first I was like, oh man, I can just click a button based on my bias going long and short. I don't need to have a specific strike price, a specific contract. If I'm thinking price is going up, I can make money as easy as that. It's not as easy as that because you could think that and the market will go completely down. If you haven't learned that, you might learn it along your journey. But again, this is why if you can control what you lose on the days that you're wrong, don't tie your self-worth to it. Be proud because you did what the 90% don't. You controlled what the one thing you have control over, while other people continue to chase and hope. Chase and hope are very dangerous words in this game. Very dangerous words because we're in the realm of the unknown. So again, if you're sitting there holding, it's funny, right? Because the saying, people hold losing trades and get hopeful. They cut winning trades out of fear. That's ass backwards. How am I supposed to work with that? How am I supposed to work? It's not a technical issue. That's a mental barrier.
It is.
It's a mental barrier.
Something I like to tell new traders too is your goal in trading at the beginning shouldn't be how much money can I make. Your goal at the beginning should be how much can I lose? How much can I limit myself? Once you could limit that loss, the profits will come, I promise.
Exactly, because we're not basing ourselves on this trade right now. It's the next 30, right? We're going to have losses. And if you're someone that can accept that, you probably won't get too far. Right. You need to be in control. As I said, if you're someone, a man with a plan understands. I'm coming into a trading day. Today's Monday. I'm going to take, I plan on taking 4 trades today. I'm going to wait for this specific setup. If it goes against my way of thinking, I'm only risking this much. It's easier said than done because in the moments when you follow that and then price continues to go where you wanted it, you need to look at the bigger picture, right? I'm not hoping. I'm a man with a plan. Right. I cut that because I allowed that to happen. The market didn't take it from me. I allowed that to happen. I'm going to wait for my next entry, and that's the best I can do. And once you start getting into this way of thinking, you'll have some sort of backed confidence because you're in control. If the issue is self-control and emotions, you need to prove to yourself that you can be in control. How can I do that? Well, as a beginner, what you said, Kevin, is I don't need to think about making money. Can I keep my account alive for this whole week? If I can do that, I should be proud because most people are in here blowing their account. And if I did that for a week straight, maybe I'm going to increase my risk next week. And I'm just going to rinse and repeat the same process within my wins, within my losses, no matter what is going on. As long as I'm in control of me, you're a winner. You're a winner.
Dude, that's awesome. 100%. Guys, control is everything because we don't control the market. We only control our trades. We only control our entries, our risk. And guess what? You can learn from me. You can learn from Socrates. We don't pull the trigger for you on your trades either. Socrates could be in a long position, 10, 20 contracts in NQ, and you could be trying to take the same FOMO trade, but you didn't get the same entry, and then you might take a loss on a position that he just won on. That doesn't mean he gave you a bad call out. It doesn't mean you're a bad trader. It just means
it's funny that you say this. It's because that happens more than you think, right? People join all these communities just for signal hunting, right? Which is toxic. That's toxic because I have my risk, right? And I allow $1,500, $2,000 drawdown levels. And if you can't afford that and you're following me, you just blew your account. Did I lose my trade? No, because I have my risk and my parameters. But as a beginner, and this is the toxic thing people don't realize. They go from community to community. Oh, this guy's a bad trader. I lost. But then you see on his Instagram, how the hell did he win? I was managing my emotions, friend.
Yep.
I was managing my emotions.
I see all the time on your story. You'll post a picture of your entry. You'll post that it's going into drawdown. Guess what? A couple hours later, Socrates knows how to manage his emotions. He knows how to control his emotions.
With me, Of course, I'm human. I have emotions. I have fear.
Yeah.
But I have a plan backed by my system, right? So let's just give a case scenario again. If you see my screen,
Yeah, let's pull that back up.
if you see prices right here, looking for stop losses, let's just say we're going to continue with a long position. My first area of fear looking left would be, did these areas break? If so, maybe my idea is wrong and I'm going to close. Just as I wait for pivots for an entry, as soon as price this is how I control my greed too. As soon as price comes back to an area it's been before, I can take profits. As soon as price breaks below an area it's been before, I can sell it at a loss and I'm okay. That's my plan. So if I'm in a drawdown in a trade based on my bias and that trade has not gone below a previous low, I have no fear. I have no reason to be scared.
Right.
It's a plan back system. Now, again, I understand if it's closed at a loss, that's my loss for today. I have my system. I'm only taking this amount of trades per the day, per the week. There's no right or wrong. There's, did I make money or not? And did I handle myself emotionally throughout that entire process, no matter what's going on outside of trading, no matter what's going on in the trading? There's nothing you can do on a daily basis that's going to give you 100%. It's not feasible. It's not true.
Yep.
It's you, yourself, and what you're willing to do emotionally. And if you can become aware of this and make a plan to control your emotions, right? Because we act on emotions. Once you have that, there's nothing that can stop you outside of the charts too. If you have this way of thinking, you'll be a millionaire mentally before you start making any sort. And that's the goal. Because again, if life is built off of confidence and emotion, and what we do in trading is we keep making the same repetitive mistakes, which is insanity, right? At a point in your journey, you're going to realize, oh man, I'm going insane. I know what I'm doing, but I continue doing it out of hope. You're crazy, my friend. But at the same time, that same insanity is what keeps you going.
That's right.
I'm trying to find that happy, manageable medium between you knowing you're crazy, because I feel like if you're a trader, like every trader has to go through like these crazy stages, because then you won't know what not to do. We can sit here, watch books, watch books. We can read books, watch videos, all we want, but we gain experience through experience, right? This is why teaching is such a hard thing to do, right? Within training, because again, it's an experience. I can only guide you as to what I've done and found my success in doing. But again, knowing that half the battle, more than half the battle, is a mental barrier. Maybe you need to look at outside points in your life. What is going on that's holding you back from a lot of this? Before we end everything, I'm going to give you guys a funny story. When I was younger, I was not educated. I was honestly a bad kid. I was doing community service with a priest. And this is in the beginning of my trading, right? I've told a few people the story already. And I would tell this priest my issues. I keep making the same mistake over and over again. And he would look to me and he goes, well, is there any constant that you have total control over in your daily endeavors? I would look at him like, this priest, he doesn't trade. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I would get mad. But what he said makes so much sense now, because what's that one thing I have constant control over? How much I decide to lose. So when I said that to him back, it like something switched him, like, wow, this guy just gave me the magic sauce and he doesn't even trade. I built my entire thinking off that too. Just like a broken clock will tick right times a day, controlling what you're willing to lose when we don't come from much is going to keep you alive and make you an amazing trader. Not shooting for $1,000, $10,000 trades, because listen, we all wanted $50,000 yesterday. That's what got you here and into trading. What are you willing to do to get that on a consistent basis? Right?
Yep. Are you, Socrates, let me ask you then, and we do have some time. It's up to you how long you want to stay. Show runs till 12:30. If you gotta go, I completely understand.
I don't gotta go. I don't gotta go. Sometimes I just talk, man. I hear myself rambling on.
Awesome. No, I wasn't sure if you were saying that your last thoughts before you go, but that's awesome. Then if you're down to stay. Cool.
I'm here.
Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh man, I'm drawing a blank now. I think I was gonna ask you in terms of your daily breakdown, like your market breakdown and what you trade. I see a lot of time you're trading NASDAQ and gold. Do you trade any S&P 500 or mainly NASDAQ and gold?
When I was trading options, I traded S&P, SPX, all that. I'm specifically on NASDAQ and gold. My journey actually mainly started with gold because that's what I can afford back in the day.
Yep.
Gold's at all-time highs.
Yeah,
I have a lot of fear. You know, I'm someone who needs pivots to make entries. And if I have no pivots above me,
I hear that.
I might lose a trade because I'm going to start thinking.
Right.
And are my thoughts helping me? Probably not. You know,
something I like to look out for when we're at all-time highs, because NASDAQ, same thing, right? We were very close to all-time highs recently. Yep. We look for like key psychological levels, right? 23,900 even, 950, 24,000, or where's gold at right now? We're 3,700, 3,725, because you got a great point, right? There are no historical levels up here. There's no historical data to say, oh, last time we were at 3,725, we found resistance. We're going to do it again. There's nothing.
History does repeat itself.
That's right. That's right. But with all-time highs,
trash.
Yeah, right. I know. Got to keep an eye on the dollar, man.
Yeah.
Yep. Do you? Speaking of the dollar, I know you use the VIX when trading NASDAQ too. Yeah, you use the dollar for
gold and the dollar. The same inverse fluctuations. If gold is up, the dollar's down. If the dollar's up, gold is down, and I'm going to be using that as a biased standpoint within my entries and exits.
That is awesome, man. I absolutely love it. Guys, make sure you're running the like button up. We better hit a record on the likes today with Socrates.
No way, really? Let's go, man.
Bro, I feel like we're
I see a lot of the community here. JP, my guy, Freddy. The whole community's here. Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, bro. You got your whole squad showing out.
I love you. Thanks for the representation. I mean, they'll tell you in the comments what we do. It's very simple, right? It's a mental barrier, and a lot of people find success as soon as they're aware. Because again, what did I say? Once, if you're aware of these systems and you continuously do the same things, what's next in your journey?
Right.
But so my daily plan, right? I'm coming into the market. I have my news on. I'm usually up early. I have a newborn, 2 other kids too. So I'm up early. If I'd watch my session levels, man. Did we break above that Asia high? Did we come down back to that London low? It's very simple. It's all key level pivotal zones. this is why people like I have. So on the 1 hour, you see I only have my red lines up because I want to think less and focus on being more patient and waiting for price to come here. But on the 5 minute, I have my key level indicator. Now, again, because there might be something, I'm human. I make mistakes. I might trade in the middle of my zones, which, again, I'm aware is a 50-50 for me.
Yep.
But where is price buy? Are we buy any sort of London high, London low, Asian high, previous 4 hour candle? My favorite key levels outside of my red lines would be daily opens, previous daily candles, right? Session open and closes, and weekly levels. If I'm going to look to take another entry based on a pivot at a key level, it would be probably one of those levels. But it's very simple, man. I'm just looking to see what price action did in the Asian sessions. Did it break lowers? Did it come high? Did it chop? And then I don't even trade the market open, right? What do we do, guys, in the comments? If you want to let us know what we do, we wait for 10 o'clock. I wait because there's always a change of momentum, a shift of structure around that time. Why? It's the first 4 hour candle close since the market being open. And it'll always come back to a pivotal range, a higher high or a lower low before some sort of pivotal area. So my daily trade is waiting for 10 o'clock to come. Is NASDAQ near supply, near demand? At that time, as soon as that new candle shows itself, did a new candle create a lower point? If it does, I'm going to start thinking, right? And then is the VIX doing the complete opposite? If it is, I'm in there. I need to stop thinking. I crossed my red line. We broke the red line. I'm waiting for price action to show me what the Mag 7 is doing, either breaking above supply, end our demand, based on what the VIX is doing, right? We're measuring the can't even speak. Whoa. But you guys know what I'm saying, man.
Oh, man. Socrates hit his stop loss on that last sentence, guys.
Socrates hit a stop loss on his voice, man. We were stuttering. But there's power in continuously doing the same thing in repetition. There's power in consistency. Right. There's power in determination, right? My Instagram is a story of that. Coming from a grave digger to doing this, I only did this with becoming aware of what I decide to do. And I'm not going to sit here and say that, you're going to find your success within a month or two. It's a journey, right? It's a journey. Every day you should be shooting to be a little bit better than what you did yesterday. I want to be in more control, because once you're in control of your way of thinking, nothing can stop you. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Nothing can stop you at all.
Mindset over everything. If you have this mindset, oh, I'm not a good trader. No, change your mindset. Doesn't mean be cocky. It means be confident. It doesn't mean flip a coin and take a trade. It means find your levels, right? Socrates is saying he knows it's a 50-50 when we trade, but what can we do to get those odds in our favor? Well, we find repeatability, right? Find a previous day high being taken out. If we know that that's a price level we've been trading off of, a London high, London open, wherever your key levels are, make sure you're consistently looking for them every day. Once you start strategy hopping, you get inconsistent results, and you're going to find yourself running in circles.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
It is a journey, though. It's not easy. A lot of people come into trading thinking, all right, I'm just going to click buy, I'm just going to click sell. It's that easy. And sure, you could dumb it down to that, but it's way more than that. All the pieces have to come together. Socrates, what I always tell people is trading is like building a house, right? We don't just need a blueprint. We don't just need some walls. We need everything. We need the blueprint, the foundation, some windows, a ceiling, right? That's your risk management, your supply and demand zones, your key levels, your VIX, everything comes together. There's never just an orb breakout. I'm going to go long and now I'm a profitable trader.
I love how you said that, man. I don't talk bad, but I like to make jokes and roast everybody that's using these silly systems. They're not silly, right? It's just that we like to think and we need a reason, right? Our brain searches for certainty.
Absolutely.
And if you keep searching, you'll create that in your mind. Again, is it helpful? That's speculation, because on the days you win, it was my strategy, man. That orb, that 15-minute breakout played out perfectly, man. But then what do you do when you lose? Using that. Oh, man, Powell, what an idiot.
Yeah, right?
It's
always the market's fault if it's
exactly. This is why there's not one strategy or system that's better than the next.
But it also comes down to, some strategies don't work, some strategies do work. No, all strategies work the same way all strategies don't work, because that comes down to your mindset, your risk management, how you execute that strategy.
Well, I see someone's comment. The mental element plays a big part. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's where are you in life right now? Because marketing knows where you want to be. And it's going to put that extra pressure on you, right? So let's just say we're sitting here and you want better. I want to be a trader. You're sitting here watching people make $5,000, $10,000, $100,000 a day on Instagram, but they're on chapter 40, right? And you're going to start comparing yourself and your journey to that. They're not even talking about the charts yet, man. You know what I mean? The mental barrier. It's within news, because I didn't even speak about how I look at news trading and perceiving trading on red day. It's again, we as humans act on emotion. It's not that people always think, oh, the big market makers know where our stop losses are. They know where our entries are. No, they just know what you're going to do, because they know you better than you, because you act on emotion. And again, everyone is different, but we all feel the same emotions and act the same way.
Yeah.
Emotionally. So it's not that they know exactly, they just know where you're putting your entries and where your stops are. Whenever you see these aggressive moves up and down, hits your stop and then goes right back to where you wanted it to go. It's because you need to be aware of this. Oh, damn. All right. I'm the dumb money. I'm a retail trader. I'm aware of this. All right. The market makers are here to take my money. That's why they're here. They're here for a reason, and if you want to give it to them, they'll take it. They'll take it.
Guys, your stop loss, it shouldn't be like, oh, I want to risk X amount of dollars every time. You should be risking X amount per every trade, but it shouldn't be a set, if you're on the NASDAQ, 15-point stop loss every time, because the range is always varying, right? You might have a 30-point stop loss, but a 120-point take profit. Might have a 15-point stop loss and a 90-point take profit.
Yeah, I like how you said that too, man. Yeah, man, you're keeping your risks so tight. I like how you said that. Yeah, because if you're targeting 100 and something ticks, but you're only that comes hand to hand with when we try to control our loss. I understand when we come from a complete nothing, right? Yep. You kind of have to keep it certain until you understand the instrument that you decide to trade, how it moves, because everything has a rhythm, right? based off emotion.
Yeah.
JP left and right. Yeah, JP, I see you, man. I know your rights and wrongs, but I believe there's no right and wrong in trading. Someone might tell you there's a right. Someone might tell you there's a wrong. There's, did I make money or did I not?
Yeah.
And did I handle myself emotionally? My happy saying with the stop loss is it better be a number that you can handle emotionally. It better be a level that you can be alive to trade the next day.
That's right. That's right.
it.
One loss shouldn't wipe you off the face of the trading universe.
But back to what Kevin said before, it's if you're focusing on what you prepared to give the market and your take profit is 100 points, why are you losing?
Right.
You know?
Right. If NASDAQ just gave us a 150-point move yesterday, we should be expecting some volatility, right? We shouldn't be thinking, oh, now we're going to be in a range bound for 40 points. No, continuation markets, you know, the saying of trend is your friend. That's not a BS saying. It's so true.
It's because we have ideas, right? Oh, is it going to come back down here? Is it good? No, I don't know what price is going to do ever. I know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's
and
right.
I have confidence within that. Some may say it's ego. I mean, the ego is what kills us too at the same time. Awareness within this is your best friend. Will be your best friend. I mean, my name is Socrates for a reason. I think I really have the curse of Socrates. It's not a fake. That's my actual legal name. And I use his way of thinking, his teachings, the Socratic method in my way of thinking, right? The smartest man knows that he knows nothing. And the more that he realizes he knows, the more he realizes he knows absolutely nothing. And with trading, that's so real. I mean, I'm not a banker. I'm not an institution. I'm a guy in an office. I got a couple of monitors. I think I'm cool. You know, and I'm sitting here trying to map certainty. I can't map certainty.
Right.
100% of the time. I can't do that. It's not feasible. And a lot of people see these, you know, big time traders out here talking, well, this is the system where if you follow it exactly, you will make $1 million within a month of your trading. Come buy my $10,000 course. That's not trading. That's marketing.
Yeah.
You know, that's marketing. And it's once you open your eyes to the realness of the game, it's easier to market than it is to become a trader. Why? Because you can't control your mind.
Right. They're selling the dream.
It's easier to manipulate someone else's mind. That's because emotions. And when you understand this, nothing can get in your way. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing.
That's right. Guys, don't forget, fill out the form in the comments for a chance to win a free Apex Trader evaluation account. Socrates has been killing it today. Absolutely awesome show. Robert mentioned back on the stop loss. Got to be careful, though. Stop loss orders can easily lead to losses where managed by hand could be a nice win. Definitely depends. In my opinion, stop loss wise, it shouldn't be necessarily, oh, my entry's here, my stop loss is that recent candle. Your stop loss should really be where your analysis is incorrect, right? If you're entering a long position, I'm right on this trade until bears take control and we make a new lower low, right? So that should be a proper stop loss. So definitely consider, where would your analysis be wrong? Where would you flip your bias if price got to a certain level? That's where the stop loss should be.
Yeah. Said it best. I got nothing to add on that. I'm going to say the same thing I said to you before.
Yeah.
It should be a number that you can afford mentally.
That's right.
Can manage emotionally. If you're holding your losers, but you're only taking $20 profits, man, it's a mental barrier. Your stop loss, again, it's what you can afford to keep you alive the next day and for the week, until you realize, well, it's going to take risk, right? We can risk 1%, 2%, but that's not going to get you to the lifestyle you see on Instagram or YouTube. You have to keep yourself alive until you can afford to lose, until, all right, I have a day where I increased my risk, but I still controlled my level that I wanted to lose. That's all it is. When you can afford to lose, you can't lose. When you can afford to lose, you're not going to care about a loss because, all right, it's my system. I took my loss right now. I'm going to catch my next one. And even if you don't catch that next one, it's my system.
Right. That's right.
Plan.
That's right. And that keeps you in the long game, right?
But it's funny, you know, it's we can be so tight on our risk until you realize I'm just making the same amount I was doing at my job. But that's the whole point, right? I need to prove to myself that I can keep consistent profits. I want to supplement my current income. Most people just want to quit their job instantly in one trade because their boss yelled at them and they're mad. They see trading. It's these people are making so much money. This guy just bought another fucking Rolex. Sorry for my language. But yeah, it's again, emotion.
Yep.
Emotion. If you set out to do something, right? I think about it. I'm acting on it. It is true. You just have instant gratification because of what life feeds you. A text message is so fast. You get food so fast. Everything in life is so fast right now. So when we're not succeeding fast, you get disheartened and you don't believe it anymore because everything else is so fast.
Right.
Everything. And it's built that way for a reason.
Yeah,
I believe so because people with anxiety don't really make good choices.
and you know what too? If trading was easy, everybody would be doing it. There would be no stock market, guys. It takes discipline. It takes being that 1% that does something different. Robert, another great mention, trading journals are a superpower. You're not going to be able to see what you're constantly doing wrong until you're like physically writing it out or you're screenshotting and journaling. Okay, I took this trade off the NASDAQ today after it hit the gap fill and it ended up failing on me. Okay, well, I saw that I took that trade 3 times and each time it failed on me. Great. Now I know not to take that anymore. And it works the opposite way too. The past 3 trades I took were off of demand. I was using Socrates' advice on these price levels and boom, they're hitting really great. Then you know to continue with that, right? But you don't know what to keep doing unless you're giving yourself that extra accountability and checking in with yourself.
Perfect. Well said. Perfectly said. Perfectly said, guys. I gave out the sauce, man. But again, the sauce, the funny thing about the sauce is it's something we already all know.
Yep.
Stop doing what you know you shouldn't be doing.
That's right. Right, like just like you said, man, the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
And within that, I would always have like that one win that would keep me in the game. Like, oh, I finally passed my evaluation. I got it. Oh, I blew it as soon as I got it. You know, who here's done that? I know a lot of people have done that. But it's you probably did something you were aware of and you still did it.
That's right. That's right. Should be. And you know what? A lot of times too, people get antsy. They want to get on that funded account quick. So they oversize in their evals just to get on their funded and do just like you said, they blow their funded account first day. Like, guys, guess
what helped me with this was I used to work a job, right? How much did I make an hour? How much did I make in a day? And then I would calculate my time to my trade. If I'm making $200 a day, but I made $200 within an hour of my time, I needed to think that, I'm actually a profitable trader. Most people, most beginner traders, they make $100, $200. They get upset that it wasn't more. That's the first, I'm like, and I used to do that too. Until the priest, remember the priest, he was like, that seems not good to do. How much? I was like, this priest doesn't know nothing about money, but clearly he knew more than me. You know? And it's again, it wasn't an issue of technicals, it was an issue of control.
That's right.
An issue of control.
That's right. Control is everything, guys.
Bad idea or good idea to risk 1% to 2% per trade. Starting out, especially with the small, well, you're looking at money. Are you someone who's in control of the decisions you choose to make? Because if you are, maybe you're ready to increase your risk a little bit. But 1% of your, again, we want to treat our trading like you want to treat it like your business, right? Right. So within repetition, if you're going to do as a beginner, you should want to keep your risk a little tight, for the first, 5-6 months. If you, I have I have a system. I proved that it works to me. I'm going to risk 1% for this month. If I was able to contain me and my losses, maybe next month I might risk 2-3%. I understand that it did take a little bit of risk for me to quit my job and get to where I'm going. And I didn't do that by 1% per trade, I'll be honest. But I built consistency and belief and confidence and ego with 1% to 2% per trade, per day, per account.
Right. Guys, it really does depend also. It all comes down to psychology, right? You could risk 1% of $1,000. And what are we looking at then? A $10 risk? you're not going to get far with that, right? So maybe if you're on a prop firm, I always say with prop firms like Apex Trader Funding, you get a $50K account, $2,500 trail stop. Well, 2% of 50K, you're not going to risk $1,000 on a $2,500 trail stop. But 2% of 2,500, you're not going to risk $50 either. So find a happy median, right? Risk 200, risk 250 if your trail stop is 2,500. That gives you 10 wrong trades in a row before blowing that account.
I like how you said that. Yeah, it does. You should put it that way. You have 10 trades.
Yeah.
10 trades, people. And if you blow it, it's all on you. But
yeah, no, if you blow it, then it's definitely time to re-look at your strategy and your system.
It's realign what you're looking for, because most people come from, I need to pass it this week. I need to pay out tomorrow. I wanted this payout yesterday. Didn't you ever read the book where the turtle beats the
turtle beat the hare?
The turtle beats the. No one read that book. You weren't raised right. The turtle beats. It's you patience, because once you fully have that intuition and secondhand nature of what you're doing, I guarantee you, even when you have a loss, you're not going to care, and you're still going to end up winning.
Right. Yeah. That's absolutely right. 3D asked, Socrates, do you have any learning tools that you would recommend for beginners? So where would you recommend if somebody was starting out? Obviously, probably go with an Apex.
Did you read Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas? That was my first ever.
Yeah.
I have it in PDF in the my community, but more importantly, no trading books. Books on why we do things subconsciously.
Right.
Helps me. I think it'll help you within your journey, because if the main issue is mental, you're focusing too much on technicals and trying to become something that's not even real.
Right. That's right. Yeah. Great book.
Supply and demand, right? I would definitely videos and information on why we react to news, to trading will definitely give you an insight. Why news affects the market. But again, we want to know why the subconscious mind does the things it does. And if you're in control of your subconscious mind, you will be a very powerful person. And that's not even talking about trading books, trading videos. And that's my honest human heart health advice that I would give to anybody.
Yeah.
Is if you want to become successful in any endeavor, not just trading. I hate how people just make trading such a crazy thing, because trading is no different than Kobe trying to become the greatest basketball player. It takes time, discipline, willpower, determination. It takes all that.
That's right.
It's the only difference is that there's money, and you're scared of losing your hard-earned money. Fear comes in, right? Because people that you've grown up with will tell you, don't trade, get a job. You need to be safe. You need to be secure. Where are they in life? I guarantee you they're not driving a Bugatti. I'm joking. I don't even drive a Bugatti. So I don't even drive a Bugatti. But exactly, people. Hopefully my way of thinking in my brain has helped a couple of people here. I'm happy that I was called to the stage. Benzinga is amazing. Apex, amazing. I've been affiliated with them. If you guys have any other questions about these prop firms, I mean, you got both of us here to answer these things. I mean, it's the whole idea is to gain your hands on leverage, right? I hate promoting to a beginner trader. Let's just say if you don't even have a system yet, you should be paper trading for the next month at least, right? But why not learn while you earn, right? That could be toxic too, right? But what questions would you guys want us to answer? I mean, he could probably answer you way better. Well, I don't have a Bugatti. I don't want a Bugatti. I don't like.
You told me before the stream you just bought 2 Bugattis, a pink one and a purple one.
I would like to hang out with him, man. I don't got that money yet. I don't got that. But I'm different, man. I grew up in a very simple household. I'm from simple people. Like where I am right now, like this happening right here is success for me. I'm happy to be here. My name is Socrates, right? I have the curse of real knowledge in Socrates. I'm always on vacation with my family, right? I got 2 beautiful young girls. I have a newborn son. That's where my money's spent. Is I'm always on vacation. I'm never really home. I'm only home now since my son being born. Someone please help me. I need a vacation size large. I can't take him on a plane. So anywhere I'm going is just locally. I just came back from Florida. We went for the Halloween party for my kids. But that's what I do, man. I make money. Anything that I can buy that's a material possession, it's good. I can't take it with me when I die.
Right. And you know what it is too? A lot of people forget the reason they get into trading, and it isn't for the money. It's for the freedom.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. I mean, in my community, I really promote one and done.
Good.
There's people who sit there and trade. They'll take 10 plus trades live a day, live streaming. And then,
Yeah.
as we said, remember what we talked? If you're sitting there just following him, what do you do if you stopped out on his bad trade?
Right.
Which
Right,
I do that all the
again?
time too. I don't have a 100% win rate. I lose too, people. So it's become aware.
Yep.
Become aware. That's my biggest piece of advice that I can leave anybody with is once you're aware and you continue doing the same thing, you're insane. A change needs to happen. A change needs to occur. Look at the bigger picture. Find out why you keep making the same decision subconsciously, and you will win.
That's right.
You will win. My focus really is focusing on less. I do not care about a perfect entry. I do not care about a losing trade. I do not care about drawdown. What I care about is following what I set out to do before I did it. And if I did that, regardless if I made money or not, I'm still proud because I'm in control of me, where everyone else chases and continuously does the same thing and loses more. I stayed alive for the next day. And then you saw me post a video on Instagram. Oh, I had my bad day, but I just made $10,000 today. The loss didn't matter, people.
Yep,
I'm not trying to promote crazy wins. I'm just trying to promote that be in control, because once you have intuition backed by knowledge, backed by a system, backed by confidence, you're not going to lose even on the days you suffer a loss.
That's right. That's right. It's not really a loss if you learn something. It's a lesson.
Exactly. And again, that's an emotional mental barrier of how you speak to yourself.
Yep.
Change that because it matters. I know there's a lot of people that watch these motivational videos. Oh, these guys are just speaking motivational mumbo jumbo. It's really not.
Yeah.
It's really not.
Yep.
It's really not. But it looks like it's 12:30 now. My wife might come in here and say, "This baby, you better take him. You better take him."
You're busy, man. You got trading, you got the baby, you got the little kids, you got the wife, you got the vacations.
I love what I do. Coming from my background, if you understand how I feel when I see that people are learning, I feel like I'm making a difference. I really feel like I'm making, and I won't talk about shroomies here, but I feel I have a bigger purpose, and that's to make a change.
Absolutely.
And the world full of marketing, we have to make a change.
No,
That's how you're going to grow and be real. So, guys, I'm here with Kevin. You got me. They say I like him. I affiliate for Apex. Kevin's like, wait a second, I'm supposed to like you. Well, I mean, again, I really appreciate you guys hitting me up. Hopefully I gave you guys a nice show. Everyone that's watching, I mean, it's as easy as you becoming aware of what you decide to do.
That's right. That's right. Your position, your journey is in your hands.
Exactly. You're the author.
That's
You're literally the author.
That's right. Dude, Socrates, man, thank you so much for being here. I know the audience absolutely loved it. I saw some people here from your community chiming in too. Amazing. I'm the same way, man. I feel like in this industry of trading, there's so much negativity out there. Like, we're not going to name drop anybody, but we should be building each other up, right?
Yes.
When I was beginning, I would want somebody to do the same for me. So we should be giving that up.
It's hard enough trading against Chase Bank, Wells Fargo, and institutions. We should work together.
That's right.
We'd never lose if that was 100 eyes are better than one. If we're all on the same plan.
Yep.
Right?
Awesome.
But again, thank you for having me. It was a great time. I had fun here. Hopefully we helped your audience. We helped everyone watching.
Absolutely. Dude, it was a pleasure, man. Everybody hit that like button for Socrates for being on here today.
What a like, man. Let's go.
Fantastic show. Let's go, guys. Awesome. Great stuff. Socrates, I'm going to get you on out of here, and I will hit you up later, man. Thank you again for today.
No problem. Thank you, man. It was nice meeting you as well. Everyone that's watching, see you later. Thank you for tuning in.
Awesome. And guys, don't forget, follow Socrates on Instagram is at SocratesTheTrader. You could also follow me on Instagram is at Trading with Kev. And of course, follow the Benzinga social media as well. Guys, we really like to give you, the new trader, whether you're trading futures, stocks, or options, the ability to reach out and meet traders that are in a position that you want to be in. That's who you should be learning from. That's who we should be getting our experience from. So guys, join me next week on Futures Fever here as well. I'll have another special guest going over trading strategies. Really great stuff today. Make sure you run that like button up some more. Amazing, guys. Take care, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday.